Mzansi family, and welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into the history of one of South Africa's most legendary TV shows, the sitcom that brought laughter, life lessons, and unforgettable characters into our homes for years. This show wasn't just entertainment, it was a reflection of township life, filled with humor, struggle, and resilience. But as time has passed, many of the stars who made us laugh and cry are no longer with us. In this countdown, we're remembering 7 actors from Snaysi who have sadly passed away. Their stage names, their contributions, the year of their death, and what made them unforgettable. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, we have James Msomi, who played the role of FK. FK was one of Sudumo's cheeky and troublesome friends. He was part of that duo with Gundi, always scheming, always stirring up mischief, and always giving Sis May a headache. Together, FK and Gundi brought the kind of youthful energy and chaos that made township life feel so real on screen. James Msomi may not have been the headline star, but he was one of those supporting actors who left an impression every time he appeared. He wasn't just FK, he was also a familiar face in South African television and theatre. Even though he often played smaller or supporting roles, he always delivered them with a presence that demanded attention. Sadly, information about his passing is not widely available in public records. The exact year and cause of death are not well documented, but what we do know is that he passed away after his time on the show. And while details may be scarce, his contribution is undeniable. He was part of the magic that made Snaysi a household classic, and for that, he'll always be remembered. At number 9, we remember Thando Gumbi, who played Gundi. Just like FK, Gundi was one half of that mischievous duo. If FK had the ideas, Gundi was right there, adding fuel to the fire. They were inseparable, and their antics gave Sudumo the perfect partners in crime. Whether it was trying to dodge Sis May's sharp tongue or dreaming up some new trick, Gundi was always there to keep the comedy flowing. Thando Gumbi's work wasn't just about jokes. It was about representing a certain kind of township youth, playful, troublesome, but always lovable. Unfortunately, just like with his co-star FK, there isn't much publicly available about Thando Gumbi's life after the show. His passing is not widely documented, and the cause of death isn't publicly available. But that doesn't erase his impact. He played a crucial role in completing the chemistry of the cast. Sometimes the stars of a show aren't just the leads, they're the side characters who give the leads something to bounce off of, who complete the world of the story. That's exactly what Thando Gumbi did. He may not have the fame of Sudumo or Sis May, but without Gundi, Snaysi wouldn't have been the same. At number 6, we remember Israel Tabete, who brought to life the character of Mfundisi. Mfundisi was the clergyman who often stopped by Sis May's home for tea and cake. In many ways, he was the calm in the middle of the chaos. Where Sudumo and his friends were scheming, where Sis May was scolding, and where Louise was gossiping, Mafundisi was the soft-spoken man of faith, always ready to share a word, sip his tea, and bring a touch of gentleness to the show. Israel Tabete was not only a television actor, but also a respected performer who took his craft seriously. His role in Snaysi reminded viewers that township life wasn't only about mischief and arguments. It was also about community, about people coming together, and about the presence of the church in everyday life. Sadly, Israel Tabete passed away from complications related to an illness. His passing marked the loss of another important pillar of the Snaysi family. Mafundisi may not have been in every scene, but when he appeared, he grounded the show with wisdom and kindness. And in many ways, he represented the spiritual backbone of so many South African families. His presence was comforting, and his memory continues to live on through his work. At number 4, we look back on Gloria Mudawu, who played Louise, Sis May's gossipy neighbor. Now, if you grew up watching Snaysi, you'll remember Louise. She was that neighbor who always had something to say. Always had her nose in everyone else's business, and always brought that extra dose of drama to the story. Louise wasn't just a character, she was a reflection of real life. We all know that one neighbor who can't keep a secret, who loves to stir the pot, and who somehow always knows what's happening before anyone else. Gloria Mudawu captured that spirit perfectly, but her talent went far beyond gossiping. She was an actress recognized for her wider contributions to South African television. Her long career made her a respected figure in the industry, and she was even honored for her impact on the arts. Sadly, Gloria Mudawu passed away on September 5, 2011, after a long illness. Her death was felt deeply by fans and colleagues alike. Louise may have been a character that annoyed other characters on screen, but for viewers, she was pure entertainment. Gloria Mudawu's passing was a big loss, but her legacy remains. Every time fans think back to those hilarious neighborhood scenes, Louise's gossip and Gloria's performance are impossible to forget. At number 3, we remember the incomparable Daphney, who played Sis May. Sis May was the heart. She was the no-nonsense matriarch, the one who kept Sdumo in check, the one who ran the household with discipline, love, and plenty of sharp comebacks. Without Sis May, there is no Snaysi. Daphney gave us a character that was both hilarious and deeply relatable. She was that township mother figure who balanced patience with tough love. Viewers saw their own mothers, aunts, and grandmothers in her character. Beyond Snaysi, Daphney Hlomuka's career was filled with brilliance. She appeared in Laklahasha, Yizo Yizo, and even had a significant role in the film Temba. She was a veteran of both stage and screen, respected not just for her acting, but for her ability to bring dignity and authenticity to every role she played. Sadly, Daphney passed away on October 1, 2008, due to complications from a long illness believed to be kidney disease. Her death was a devastating blow to the South African entertainment world. She was more than just Sis May. She was a trailblazer, a woman who carved a space for herself in an industry that wasn't always welcoming to women, especially black women, at that time. Her legacy is enormous. Every time we remember Sis May wagging her finger at Sdumo, or sitting at a table trying to bring order to the chaos, we remember Daphney's unmatched brilliance. At number 2, we honor Don Mlangeni Nawa, who played Laqhasha. Now, Laklahasha wasn't just any character. He was the debt collector, the one who often showed up to remind Sdumo and the others that life had bills and those bills had to be paid. With his tough demeanor, sharp tongue, and unforgettable presence, Laklahasha was one of those characters that fans loved to hate and hated to love. But Don Mlangeni Nawa's career stretched far beyond Snaysi. He became one of South Africa's most respected actors, famously playing Zibede on Isidingo. That role alone cemented him as a television legend. He also starred in The Throne, The River, and numerous other productions, showcasing his range and longevity as an actor. Sadly, Don Mlangeni Nawa passed away on April 16, 2025, after a long-term illness. His death was felt across the country. He had spent decades entertaining us, shaping the landscape of South African television, and proving time and again that he was a master of his craft. Laklahasha was just the beginning of his journey into our hearts, and even though he has left us, his body of work remains, a permanent reminder of his greatness. Finally, at number 1, we remember the man who brought it all together, Joe Mafela, who played Sdumo. Joseph Joe Mafela wasn't just an actor, he was an icon. As Sdumo, he played the charming but lazy lodger, the man who always tried to talk his way out of work, who loved life's pleasures, and who had a talent for getting himself into trouble. Sdumo wasn't just a character, he was a cultural touchstone. Everyone knew a Sdumo in real life, and Joe Mafela gave him such charm that you couldn't help but love him. But Joe Mafela's career went far beyond Snaysi. He was a director, producer, musician, and writer. He created the famous "It's good, 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 it's good, it's nice" jingle for a fast food chain, a line that became part of South Africa's cultural vocabulary. He starred as Tebogo Moroka on Generations, The Legacy, appeared in Going Up, Madame and Eve, and countless other productions. He was versatile, talented, and beloved. Sadly, Joe Mafela passed away on March 18, 2017, after complications from a car accident on the M1 highway in Johannesburg. He was declared dead at the scene, and his passing shocked the entire nation. South Africa didn't just lose an actor that day, it lost one of its most important cultural figures. Joe Mafela gave decades of his life to the arts, and his legacy is impossible to overstate. From Sdumo's laugh to his music to his unforgettable performances, Joe Mafela's work will live on forever. And there you have it, 7 unforgettable stars of Snaysi who are no longer with us. FK, Gundi, Mfundisi, Louise, Sis May, Laklahasha, and Sdumo. Each one brought something special to the show. Each one shaped South African television in their own way, and each one left us far too soon. But while their lives may have ended, their work, their laughter, and their characters live on in our memories. If you grew up watching Snaysi, you know just how much these actors meant to us. They weren't just entertainers, they were family. They came into our living rooms week after week, and they reminded us of who we are, where we come from, and how powerful laughter can be, even in tough times. Rest in peace to all these legends, gone but never forgotten.